Okay, this is example 7 for 6-1, and it's the last example I'm going to do because example 8 is a word problem, and it is literally you plug the numbers into the formula and on your calculator and you hit enter to get the answer. So if anybody has trouble, please send me a message, and if we need to, we can do a short Zoom meeting or something to work on example 8, but I think it's pretty easy. All right. So in this case, we are writing function values in terms of u. This is very similar to what we were just doing a minute ago. So it's actually all of it combined together. All right, so I have arctangent of 1 equals u. So what I'm really asking is, what angle with tangent gives me u? Or I could write it this way. Tangent of, I'm going to use theta, would equal u. That's what this value is essentially saying. So in that case, I'm going to go up and look at arctangent again. And remember that arctangent is in quadrants 1 and 4. In quadrant 4, tangent is negative, and my u value is positive. So it looks like I'm going to be in quadrant 1. So I am going to go ahead and draw actually, let me go ahead and draw. We'll draw them both. So it could be here or here. All right, so tangent is y over x. So that would be u over 1. In this case, this would be negative u over 1, which means my hypotenuse is going to be u squared plus 1 squared equals r squared. Or I could just write it as r is the square root of u squared plus 1 squared. All right, which means that if I'm going to go to sine of theta, then my answer is going to be, my sine is y over x, y over r, I'm sorry. So sine of theta would end up being u, that's my y value, over square root u squared plus 1 squared now, or plus 1. I guess I don't have to write 1 squared because 1 squared is 1. Now, I can't leave it like that because you have to rationalize. You can't have that square root in the denominator. So I'm going to multiply both the top and the bottom by u squared plus 1. And that would leave me sine of theta would be u times square root of u squared plus 1 over u squared plus 1. And that's it. All right, so let's look at this value. So I have the cosine. First of all, I have sine of u. I'm going to look at my arcsine. Arcsine is in quadrants 1 and 4. And I also have, well, I was lost for a second there. I also have a double angle identity. I've got cosine of 2. So, and remember, cosine double angle identity, I have several choices. So we can, and actually it probably doesn't even matter which one you use, but let's do our triangle first. So we'll call this theta. And let's see, sine is u and sine is y over hypotenuse, which means 1 squared minus u squared equals x squared, or this value here is going to be the square root of 1 minus u squared. All right, so cosine 2 theta, I could use cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta. I could use 1 minus, why don't I know it off the top of my head? And I don't think it really matters which one you use. especially since I have my triangle right here, you're going to get the same answer no matter which one you use. So let's use, since sine is just u, that's easier than all this craziness. So let's use the one that's 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. So let's see. That means it's going to be 1 minus 2 u squared, which is 1 minus 2u squared. And that's it. It's in terms of u, and that is all I can do.